So what are we dealing with today, Lovey?
Do you have to really mean I'm sorry to say it?
Not if you want a good relationship. Now, I don't mean you should lie or you should be dishonest. But there's times, especially if you're a more average man and dealing with a kind of a more average woman, there are times when it is simply easier to say, I'm sorry, dear, and just go on about your life. Because you're not trying to win an argument, you're trying to maintain peace. And if she has dug her heels in, you're not going to move her. So just say you're sorry. Doesn't matter if you were right and she was wrong. Doesn't matter if she said the earth was flat and you said it was circle. And don't care. Say you're sorry. Move on about your day. Because there comes a point where you have to understand what your goal is. Is your goal to be right? Is that what your goal is? Or is your goal to be happy? I mean, for most men who are in a relationship, their ultimate goal is actually for their partner to be happy. Because that's when they're the happiest. When your partner is happy, you are happy. There's a saying men have around a bar that maybe you don't get to hear. As a woman, you don't get to hear this. But if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
I've heard that one before, yes.
Yes, but that is one of those things that men tell each other around the campfires, around the bars. It's one of those pearls of wisdom you hand off to your sons or grandsons or nephews, your uncles, which someone in your family or friend circle. Every single one of us will have had someone come up and tell them with a beer or joint or whatever your family's way of doing this is. And I suppose Mormons have their own thing, but they all have their own way of doing it, and says, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And that saying has been gone down from generations upon generations upon generations for a reason. And it's not because women are unreasonable. That's not it. Women are very reasonable. They're sometimes emotional, but that's not the same thing as being unreasonable. We can sometimes be unreasonable.
No.
We're a little simplistic. Yes, we are. As men, we're a little simplistic. And so sometimes it's best to take a different approach, and what you're apologizing for isn't the thing. It's for the emotional upheaval.
I'm sorry you're going through that. Yes.
I'm sorry we've had this misunderstanding. I'm sorry I blundered into this conversation not without more care. However you have to get through that situation in your head, what you want to do is turn the emotion level down so whatever can be dealt with can be eventually dealt with. And if saying you're sorry now makes that conversation happen better next week, then do it now. We talk a lot about relationships are not short-term goals. They're long-term relationships. They last for a long time. 2 or 3 days in the grand scheme of a long relationship are nothing. So if you have to apologize now to get over a hump so you can have a rational, real discussion next week, shut up, say I'm sorry, and move on. Have the rational, reasonable discussion next week. Saying you're sorry now will facilitate that. And that is your daily dose of love.